Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. Sorry for the lack of a VTuber model. I'm currently traveling and my laptop runs like a potato, so it can't handle the basic software needed for the VTuber model, so enjoy the PNG in the corner of the screen today.
Alright.
But nevertheless, let's talk about some drama involving the Devil May Cry Netflix series, which was, of course, renewed for...
Andy was unhappy with Devil May Cry because it took spotlight away from his Netflix series. I thought the franchise was dead. I thought I was bringing this thing back. What an idiot! Why are you getting pissed at yourself? Grrr, Pastelana.
The second season, many people believing it was a part of a bundle in the first place.
What an
But
ego
anyways,
fucking
people are now
weirdo.
seeing some new drama involving its producer, Adi Shankar, who apparently was unhappy with the Devil May Cry 5 game because he thought it took a spotlight away.
Oh, wait. Okay, I misunderstood. I thought it was about him making another, like, series. Oh my god, wait, this is even worse than I thought. This guy's actually egoing even harder than I thought. I thought he was shooting himself in the foot. He's talking about the game being out from 6 years ago, and then him making a really, like, below average, mediocre... what is it called? Fucking Netflix series with an Asmongold and Joe Rogan reference, by the way, which is by the way really, really funny. But that's besides the point.
From his Netflix series, and looking at all of that is just embarrassing from the jump, but also shows that he's a massive tourist when it comes to this franchise. So, what's going on with this series? Premiering back in April, the Devil May Cry anime series on Netflix was one that came out to a lot of mixed reviews and a lot of controversy as well. A lot of this...
Let's not forget that there's a sequence of events with the demons, with American Idiot playing in the background as they're nuking the hell world. I wish I was joking. I think if I played it on screen, I would probably get DMCA'd. But just trust me, that was in such fucking poor taste. Yeah, the demons are wearing turbans, and they're like flying American flags. This is the demons of the Middle East. Who fucking thought of this shit?
Controversy was traced back to Adi Shankar,
Yet I get called a fucking racist for pointing it out.
producer of
That's
this series.
crazy work.
And you can see right now, he's kind of doubling down on everything that he's being criticized for. His reputation for things that are cringe and unwanted in the entertainment industry. You can see right here. He has in his bio, they call me a visionary, which of course many people think he is a narcissist, and that's just going right with that. But you can see below that, I killed Apu, referring to the fact that he's gotten massive criticism for trying to get more authentic casting in voice acting roles, and he began with Apu from The Simpsons, where he publicly complained that it was wrong that this character, an Indian character, was not voiced by an Indian man, and that...
He's the one that basically drove him out. They drove out, what's his name? Sarzarian? I forget his name. He's a really famous actor, voice actor. No shot. Yeah, Hank Azaria, that was it. Yeah, because he's not Indian. Yeah, he's a white guy. Yeah, he murdered a Yeah, they basically, I think from what I understand, yeah, they removed him from the show, or they got... Or they recasted him. I can't remember which one it was. They, like, killed Apu.
Again, push this notion of authentic casting, where the voice actor's ethnicity has to match that of the character they're voicing. He was one of the main people, along with ProZD, pushing that. And he also says no IP is safe, with a little devil face emoji, which is in reference to people basically saying, instead of saying mean words to you, I just hope your franchise gets produced by Adi Shankar, meaning it's going to be really bad. He is someone who's also known for being the main character. Back in 2018, cosplaying as Dante from the Devil May Cry series. He also went to a WWE event where he cosplayed as Dante to promote the Netflix series that recently...
Bro, when people get an ego and they get fed it by mainstream media, I don't know, man. I really am the most humble streamer, bro. There's no shot. I would rather drag my ass on hot concrete than dress up as myself or in some sort of in the same fashion and be like, guys, it's okay, I'm here at this event, I'm me.
Released, and he was labeled as the creator of the show, even though he was just a producer. He was not the creator. Very odd stuff.
They don't care.
As you can see, a lot of cringe, a lot of narcissism, and people don't take well to him. And with the series itself, the Netflix series was a great departure from everything this franchise has been known for. It had some modern day politics inserted, having basically
complete with an American invasion of hell set to Green Day's American Idiot, the fucking song that's about anti-war that was released in 2004, ironically by a pop punk band that sold out. The irony of that is insane to me. What?
This war on terror allegory, which is also kind of weird,
yeah, for sure,
given the fact it's 2025. But also there was like Green Day songs playing in the background. The demons from hell were actually the good guys who were misunderstood. And
they wore turbans. Please bring that up. They actually put turbans on the fucking character. Why do demons have to wear turbans? What do you imply they're fucking Muslims, you racist piece of shit? What the fuck?
It's very safe, edgy, and has really nothing to do with the spirit of the franchise.
Frick, man?
But it quickly became a center of a lot of cultural controversy. Where there was like the culture war aspect, where people who were criticizing this series were labeled as the chuds, and all the other people, the usual suspects, the tourists, the activists, were all initially defending this. A lot of people were mocking any criticism that
I saw this tweet, we talked about it,
was directed towards the fact that this is not actually faithful to any of the gameplay or the game's lore. And of course, they got a lot of support, at least at first. Then Adi Shankar did something that threw everyone for a loop. You can see here, he posted a giant wall of Asmongolds. Yes, he just posted photos of Asmongold with different facial
God, this is so funny.
expressions. And then to make,
I guess, things a lot more clear,
he followed up with this.
This was crazy. This was insane. I did not expect this at all. He even got the fucking tooth right. Chat, for those that don't know, you actually need to know Asmongold lore to know that he has a tooth on this side missing because he doesn't have, like, a lot of teeth left. Most of them are implants.
Posted a character from the Netflix series and compared it next to Asmongold, making it very...
The Asmongold adaptation looks way cooler.
Very clear. The character was inspired by Asmongold, and in case you don't know what the role of this character was, he was basically supposed to be like a crazy nutjob conspiracy theorist.
They give him a big fat ponytail.
Talk show host, streamer type thing, and people kind of dismissed him. And as you can see, Asmongold would actually interact with this, and Adi Shankar would say they laughed at you and worship the other legitimate, quote-unquote, late-night talk show puppets who were built to distract them from the truth.
Don't get it, man.
Now the terrorist demons from hell are here. Keep spitting facts. Truth has a resonance. Referring to the fact that the Asmongold-inspired character was made out to be a fool, a crazy person, but in the end, he was the only one right about the invasion. Okay, so... this interaction had a very interesting...
Again, I can't tell if he's, like, trying to chase this for clout or if he actually likes him. Addy really strikes me as, like, what is it called? Like a wild card. I genuinely don't understand. You think it's both? The best thing was this guy was right. Yes, that's the irony. Haha, Asmon's always right. Haha, very humble streamer. But, like, the point is, like, but then he literally puts demons and puts puts turbans on them and then has them invade hell, the Americans, and then they have that reference to, what is it called? When they throw up the flag after they conquer, you know, on the mountain. Like, they have those weird references, too.
Effect. It made people very angry. A lot of the people who were defending this show from those, you know, those nasty right-wing chuds.
Yeah, there we go. You're not allowed to joke around and troll.
They turned on him instantly after seeing him interact with Asmongold and have this homage to him. So basically, he pissed off a lot of people who were fans of the franchise. Then he also pissed off the activists who were trying to support this show to own the people they don't like.
Yeah, the Battle of Iwo Jima, they had a reference to that too, where they like put the flag up, yeah. Yeah. He was just a producer. I don't think you can attribute the whole show to him. Yeah, but he clearly had control over the Asmon cameo. Like, that's what kind of blows my ass apart about this. Like, Asmon's kind of radioactive. The fact that they let him even put them in the show, and it's a very direct reference. Like, even with the tooth thing, which is, like, undeniable. You couldn't even say, oh, well, maybe it's just some guy that has, like, brown hair and a beard and he's just yapping, right? He kind of looks like Asmon. They didn't even do that. They quite literally did the reference.
And I also won't forget about this tweet that came out after the last time I talked about this series. We had this person getting a lot of support on this, saying it's actually insane how grifters were dunking on the show and talking about how horrible and cringe it is, but immediately pulled a 180 the moment they had a effing Asmongold cameo and are now calling it based and red-pilled.
Yeah, because you're allowed to criticize something and then also say that there's good things in it. That's funny. Yeah. I know. Semantics, am I right, fellas? It's almost like you didn't watch the video. Look, see. Look, the classic. Even Asmon brings this up fucking every time. They never watch what's going on in the video. They didn't watch this video. They didn't watch this video. They only watched the first, like, fucking 5 seconds. The red bar of watching.
Here's Reb Says Desu, literally one day apart. See, unfortunately for people like this, they don't provide any actual evidence of me doing a 180 because I did not. The first video I made, I said, this show is cringe and Adi Shankar is cringe.
It was cringe. The dialogue was cringe. The premise was cringe. They really neutered the fucking main character. He's not even himself.
The next video I made about it was, this show is cringe, Adi Shankar is cringe, and it's funny to see all the people who are defending the show now pulling a 180 because they don't like that he interacted with Asmongold.
Yeah.
This is literally Twitter in a nutshell. Completely made up narrative because this person couldn't be bothered to watch more than 30 seconds of the videos they felt so compelled to talk about. But would we expect anything less from Twitter?
Yeah.
But now fast forwarding to the other day, where this article by Bounding Into Comics was posted and shared onto Twitter. You can see the headline, Adi Shankar was unhappy with Devil May Cry 5 because it took spotlight away from his Netflix series. In quotes, I thought the franchise was dead. I thought I was bringing this thing back. End.
I didn't realize Devil May Cry was dead. Like, people still reference it to this day. What are we talking about, man? The ego? You thought what? That's like saying, like, Lord of the Rings is dead. What do you mean? It's a cultural phenomenon.
Quote, which is a really embarrassing narrative to have applied to the series. Basically, he would be upset through his own words that this Netflix show had some of its spotlight taken away by the Devil May Cry 5 game, which, of course, if you know anything about this franchise, it was released in 2019. So there's been like 5 years between.
What a
So
dumbass.
the fact that, number one, he's mad that a previous installment of the franchise would take away a spotlight is already very jealous and weird. But also it shows like this guy probably doesn't understand anything about the franchise because it's been so long. Who thinks the spotlight...
People still meme about it to this day. Like, it's been 5 years.
It's been taken by a game that was released roughly...
It was dead before 5 came out? You guys are coping some fat shit. No, man. No, Devil May Cry is definitely not dead, man. Dead implies nobody ever talks about it anymore. Come on. It might be dead to you as a fan. I don't fucking know. Like, but I'm just saying. Culturally, I would say absolutely not.
5 years before the Netflix series. It makes absolutely no sense. But Shankar would respond to this and do what he does best on Twitter, and that is get absolutely humiliated. So he says this. This headline is false. Fabricating quotes is not journalism. I can't believe I have to defend journalism here and journalists. But from my experience, bounding into comics seems pretty reliable. We've used...
Bro, he must be some, like, A-grade boomer rage baiter. I can't get a read on him. He's not one of those cringe lords that's, like, cringe through and through. But I think he plays both sides in order to, like, keep himself relevant. I think that's the end goal.
There are articles on this channel before, and I'd be surprised if they were just making things up out of thin air. And this, of course, would backfire. This reply would be hit with a community note, mainly stemming from Bounding Into Comics' response, where they quote saying, "Hi, Mr. Shankar. The quote was taken directly from your podcast as relayed by you at the 2-hour mark. If you'd like some other clarification on your statement, we're happy to publish it in full. Please let us know." And
actually caught red-handed. They have the fucking footage, bro.
And here's the clip that they are sharing right here.
I'm passionate about Devil May Cry. Like, I love this thing.
Yeah.
And I love this niche
That's
thing.
the most important
And now
thing,
I can
yeah.
take it and hopefully blow it up to a point where I can expand it and there'll be more of it.
Yep.
Right? So, and I didn't know that there was a Devil May Cry 5 coming out.
You didn't know?
No.
Wow.
I got
okay.
actually unhappy when
Okay.
they, you know, so I signed the deal and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, great, I'm doing it. And then they're like, good news, we have Devil May Cry 5 coming out.
Were you hoping?
Is this guy retarded or something? What the What? Yeah, what is he talking about, man?
To play it before doing your adaptation? Is that what you're saying? Or you just...
No, I actually thought the franchise was dead.
Oh, I got you.
This was my thing. Like I liked Dino Crisis. I liked.
I see.
And I thought I was bringing this thing back, and I'm like, oh, this is like a modern fucking thing. Like this is ongoing. Then I should have done Street Fighter.
Dude, he's a really good bullshitter. No, low key. No, like actually really good at bullshitting to people that have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. This guy doesn't know anything, like the guy he's interviewing or whatever, he doesn't know anything either. Yeah. He's just like talking to him and he's just bullshitting and spitting.
Yeah, so I think you understand why this community note was at least temporarily applied to that response from Shankar, because he's saying the headline is false and they responded with the direct source of him saying what is being described in the headline of that article. Really bad look, but then again, he's also lied before about the series where he said there was going to be no pokes at religion in that show, and that was very clearly not the case once the show actually came out.
Oops, guys, I changed my mind. The demons get turbans.
They made religion look bad. That was kind of the point of what they were doing. The only reference to religion was one of the bad guys being a Christian, and they made him out to be evil, and that was the only reference to religion in the entire thing. So it was obviously trying to make it look bad. But of course, here we go again, trying desperately to change the narrative and getting exposed. I swear all this guy does is get owned on Twitter. He replied or quoted one of the replies to Bounding Into Comics, defending him with a heart. Like, you know you're desperate when you're a guy like this who needs to quote with hearts showing support on random replies, defending him over a situation where he got caught with his pants down, essentially.
Mentally ill. Yeah, caught.
And again, you see 46 likes on a very massive account and 17 replies, most of them dunking on him and just showing his own clips saying, "This you, bro? Like, what are we even doing?" Just when you thought the controversy surrounding this Netflix series and Shankar was going to die down, you got this as well. Ooh. And of course, the second season of this series will be coming out eventually. And whether or not they clean up all the controversy like this, who knows? But It's on
I think he's rage baiting. I refuse to believe someone is doing this without being so unaware of what he's doing. The bullshitting in the interview just seals it for me personally.
its way, and we'll just have to see how that plays out. But for now, that's going to do for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
All right. Very funny. Chat! Oh my god! Stupid or rage baiting? That is the question. What's that meme that's been circulating around? Yeah, bait or mental retardation! That was it! Yes! Yeah! Bait or retardation, call it. Yes, this one. It's literally this fucking meme, bro. Like, I don't know. It could be both. It could be one or the other. I don't know.